Hey everybody, welcome back to Nerd News Today. I'm Matthew.
I'm Andrea.
And today we've got a brand new statue review to take a look at.
Today we're looking at the Indiana Jones 1/6 scale mini bust from Diamond Select Toys.
And this is not just any 1/6 scale mini bust, not like they're ever just any, but this one in particular is actually the summer convention exclusive for 2023. This was the SDCC 2023 exclusive.
And what makes it such an exclusive?
I will tell you what makes it such an exclusive. What a weird way to say that. Geez, almost like you're trying to lead into a video or something. Weird. What makes it different is that this is limited to 1,000 pieces as opposed to the normal release, which I believe is 3,000 pieces. And really the only key difference is the color of Indy's shirt here.
And what color would that be?
Well, on this SDCC version, it is sepia.
Sepia or sepia?
Yeah, so some people call it sepia, but there's a lot of Philistines out there.
You guys can tell us how you pronounce it. Let's figure out whether it's regional or not.
I don't know what region you're from. Are you from the same region where they call hamburgers steamed hams?
Get out. Get out with you and your steamed hams.
Not a Utica fan, all right. So we got the piece already out here, and our first thoughts we're pretty impressed by this piece.
Yeah, no, this is a pretty solid piece from Gentle Giant.
So we're gonna get back to him in a second. Let's talk about this packaging really quickly.
Okay, so this box, I mean, it's not necessarily like big, wow, and fancy. You know, Diamond has some crazy boxes, as you guys have seen, but I really like this because it just screams Indiana Jones. You know exactly what it is just from the color scheme.
As far as their boxes go too, for the most part, especially if you look at the Star Wars pieces, which we've looked a lot on this channel, or other things from Marvel too, they're usually just black when it comes to the resin pieces. Yeah. They're just black boxes with no detail. This one actually has some design patterns on it, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Nice change of pace.
And also, I just have to say, luckily there's not a lot of bio on the back. Like really, we don't need a lot because we all know who Indiana Jones is, but I would be remiss if I didn't say it's like 2 or 3 sentences, and the last sentence is, however, some relics are more than mere baubles, and those who would use their power for evil will have to answer to Indiana Jones.
That's very dramatic.
I know, when did he become a superhero? He's not Batman. He's not Superman. But anyway, we're done with the box.
Right, so goodbye box. So
goodbye.
Let's talk about this statue now since we already have it out here. And the first question I want to ask you, Andrea, is does this look like Harrison Ford?
It does. I was honestly really surprised. I think if I were to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say profile, I would put that at maybe about an 8.5. One side is absolutely Harrison. Like it's right spot on. The other side is it's still mostly there. It's just one eye is a little smaller than the other. So that's why I would say face on. It's maybe about a 7.5 to an 8 because the tiny eyes kind of ruin it, but not by much.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm actually really impressed by this. Like this, as far as their resin pieces go in this scale, this might be one of the best likenesses I think we've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we've seen some stinkers before.
Yes, we
but
have.
This one really shocked me, and especially I have to tell you, when I saw this on the website, I was a little concerned already. This looks way better in hand than it does on the website, or even in the photos that are on the box. I think this looks absolutely 10 times better than what we saw there.
Yeah, this is a great statue. Yeah, it's a damn good face. I even like that they have his lines on his cheeks. Like you can see, it definitely looks like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, absolutely does here. You know, I think the one thing we both agree on is kind of funny is maybe those eyes. But it's kind of hard to tell sometimes too, because you know, I always use it as like the Patrick Stewart equation, where some people don't translate well when you see him in toy form or 3-dimensional form. Like you see somebody like that, especially folks who have like bigger noses, but also still sharper, flatter, rounder faces. Yeah. Like Patrick Stewart is a great example of that.
Yes.
He looks like one thing when you see him on TV, but then when you see a toy of him or something, you're just like, oh, that's what he looks like?
It's really hard. He's someone who's very hard to get.
Because you know, when you got like TV lighting and that kind of thing, it really changes the color and the way things look.
Oh, yeah.
I think Harrison Ford's got one of those faces.
I agree with you on that.
But I really like, otherwise though, like you said, everything here is really good looking. I actually especially like the stubble. I think they did a great job in the beard.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, not only is the shading there, but I mean, there's actual texture there, so it looks and feels like stubble. I mean, it's great. They even got it down to his neck. I know it's not the easiest thing to see, but they made sure to blend it into his neck so he could be a neckbeard.
I don't think we've ever called Indiana Jones a neckbeard before. That's a first.
Well, you know, what do I got in it?
Now let's talk about the body and the pose and some of the outfit here. So this is, I believe, meant to be Indy from Raiders.
Okay, I can say that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this being him from Raiders, more or less. Like probably the opening scene, I want to say.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by how this looks also. I think the leather jacket looks really great, aged, faded kind of thing.
Oh my gosh, the leather is so cool. Now, the leather is so cool because like you can actually see weathering, especially on the back, but just the way that Just the way that the folds in the arm are, the collar, and even the leather on the on his hat. Like you can really see that there's a textural difference, especially compared to the shirt, because it's just, yeah, no, this is outstanding craftsmanship. Even his belt, which you can't really see, it's like his belt.
It's hiding there, yeah.
Yeah, his belt is hiding in there, but you can actually see that that's more leathery than the shirt. And I mean, that's just really incredible.
Yeah, I like how they have both textures being fairly distinct, so that you can tell them whether by touch or by sight, because both ways it does make a pretty big difference here.
Yeah.
And yeah, the classic indie fedora too, like you said, is excellent there.
I mean, this is, like, honestly, there's just so many different types of leather here. Because you also have his pouch, which is another form of leather pouch.
Yeah.
But one, the coloring is different, but you can see that there's just differences within each leather piece. And then you compare it to the cloth shirt, and it's just, this is just crazy how great this is.
Now, I don't know if you noticed this, Andrea, but there's actually a little fun painting detail here that we haven't seen a ton in the past with any diamond or gentle giant pieces. And it's a little bit of some OSL, as we call it in minifigure painting. So this torch is actually putting light on his jacket.
Okay, that's what was different.
So if you're wondering, yeah, you might have been looking at the statue wondering, like, why is it brighter over here and
Yes.
not on the rest of him? That's because the torch is lighting up his body.
Oh my God, that is so brilliant.
And so you'll see this with a lot of like minifigure painters or folks who are hand painting stuff. You'll have this as the light source because this is a light source. So it's actually making him glow a little bit.
Oh my God, that is, seriously, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's absolutely brilliant. Oh my gosh, I wish they did more of stuff like that. I mean,
Right? I mean, it's rare they can do it, but they did it here and they got away with it and it looks really good.
oh my gosh. Because, yeah, you can see right over here is where it stops lighting the jacket
Yep.
and then goes darker into the.
Now, I will say it's probably more noticeable on the non-SDCC version because the
Yeah.
sepia shirt, unfortunately, is a little similar in tone, too similar in tone, so you kind of
Yes,
lose
yeah.
it. If you had like the normal release with a whiter, bluer-ish shirt, I think then it would probably pop a little bit more. You'd see it a little bit easier.
guess,
But it's
yeah.
definitely there.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely there. Funny thing is, I know it says that's supposed to be sepia or whatever, but really it kind of looks peachish.
It's like salmon to me.
No, salmon's a little pinker.
Yeah, okay.
This-
Depends how you cook it.
Hopefully not badly. What are you doing to your salmon?
Indiana Jones in a sushi shirt.
But yeah, the work that they've done on this whole outfit, I mean, like really, this is craftsmanship. This is beautiful, beautiful craftsmanship. It feels so good. Oh my gosh, there are so many different textures on this. Like you want to keep playing with it. His hands are incredible.
Oh, you mean this hand?
Yes, that hand. Exactly. See, check it out. Which is great because I was going to mention the whip in a second.
Yeah.
But real quick, with the hands, you see the veins. They put the veins in there.
Now, I've just dehanded him for a moment because I want to let everybody know, when you get your indie, he will be packaged with his hands in separate little spots. They are held together by magnets. There's nothing really interchangeable with this piece here, but it's just a precaution to keep these things from breaking because, yeah, the torch is kind of fragile and that whip is definitely a little fragile. But the hands go in and out very easily. Chances are you're not going to really need to worry about putting them back anywhere, but just so you guys know, that's how they are.
Yeah, oh, okay, so this is really cool because I'm looking at, as I'm looking closer at the hand, you can actually see the way that they had a little bit of, where they changed the shading on the skin color. So you can see like the depth, since hands are naturally a little bit redder, you can see it in the piece. They actually did that.
Part of me is wondering if it's actually meant to be like almost like hair on his hands too, because there's like little tiny texture on these hands, which I don't really feel like we've seen a ton of in these 1/6 pieces before.
Yeah, no, this looks like pores. I think you're right about the hand hairs because it looks porous,
Yeah.
almost. It looks like the lines on a hand.
It's a level of detail we don't typically get with these resin pieces at the 1/6 scale, from Diamond at
Yeah.
least. So it's really cool to see that.
This is really incredible. I mean, even the way that they did the nails and the nail beds, wow.
Yeah.
But since I happen to have this hand right here, going back to the whole texture thing, let's go talk about that whip.
Crack that whip.
Whip it good. Again, the detailing is so precise. I mean, you see every little groove, and what's even cooler is as it gets smaller, you know, you watch the band get small, like, you know, the braid or whatever they call it. Everything's just getting smaller with it. It's like, honestly, this is incredible. This is so lifelike. Part of me wishes we did have another hand where it was the whip out, because that would just look so
That's
cool.
a different statue, I think.
However, there was a problem that we noticed regarding the whip.
Yes, unfortunately, and this might just be this statue, I don't know, but we're gonna let you guys know about it. So when we put them down flat, if you keep an eye on the whip here, it kind of just juts over to the side a little bit. It's like it's basically touching the table. And I tried it on other surfaces because sometimes it's our surface issues. I thought maybe it could have been like the little bases, the little feet on the bottom of the base, but basically something's up with it where basically the whip is kind of holding him up a little bit, and it shouldn't be doing that. I'm a little worried about putting weight. I don't think it's going to break, but again, I think it could just be the hand in our piece because I'm looking at it and it's wiggling and it's loose. This hand is not as much.
Okay.
So I think it might just be ours, but it's something for you guys to be aware of. So if you're getting this for yourself, test it when you get home, test it when you get it in the mail, and make sure that you're not having the same problem as we are. And if you are having the same problem, hopefully you can then get a replacement from Diamond or something to resolve that. Let's talk about the base as well, since I already showed you guys the bottom. And by the way, if you're wondering, the bottom of the piece also includes his number, because these are limited 2000, as we mentioned. So you get a number on the bottom of the base. There's also a number on the box. And likewise, you will get a certificate of authenticity in the form of a trading card that comes when you open the packaging. But I think the base is really cool and very Indiana Jones.
The base, I mean, it's brick. It's what was it, from the temple?
Yeah.
Yeah, was it from temple?
But it's not just brick.
It's not just brick, no, because when you flip it around, check that out. You get a skull and a snake coming out of the skull.
Yeah, I love the little snake that's there, though.
I don't. I actually kind of learned to love them, but Indy hates snakes, so that makes it even better.
Yeah, there's two snakes there, actually. You see there's one on the base right behind his butt.
Oh, yeah, there is.
The little baby snake coming around, sneaking over like a sneaky snake.
Oh my gosh, he does actually have a head.
Yeah.
It's so tiny. Oh my God, look in there. It is so tiny. It is the tiniest little head. It's right underneath the pouch.
It's very cute, yeah.
It is adorable. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, you get 2 free snacks with your...
Snake should not look this cute in this form. Oh my God.
But yeah, I think this is a really fun base. This is great.
A fantastic base.
Yeah. So I like this base overall. I think we both agree, like, this is a really top tier.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. This is by far and away some of the best that we've seen.
Yeah, definitely. I would put this in like our top 10 from what we reviewed on this channel over the years. Definitely high up there in that top 10. If not even part of the top 5, I'd go so far as saying.
I think, yeah.
Because when we're talking like lightnesses especially, sometimes they can be spotty. I think this Indy, like, they got Harrison Ford really, really down. Like, I'm shocked how much better it looks in person than it even did online.
I'm marveling over the little details. I mean, even like the belt buckle, the little buckles on his jacket, like they look weathered, but they're still shiny and silvery. I'm looking at his hair, the way that you can see like the actual hairs. I mean, this is so good. Like really, I cannot get over how good it is. Also, okay, this is just a really weird thing, but you can look inside his ears. One ear is clear, one is not. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if there's something
I think it's time we wrap up this review, Andrea.
I'm just saying. I like looking for all the little details because there are so many to find. But okay, fine, maybe.
Yeah, there really are. So if you want to pick this piece up for yourself, we're going to have a few links to it in the description for this video down below. If you click on any of those links, they help support this YouTube channel at no extra cost to you. And just so you guys know as well, this is not the only piece of indie merch coming out from Diamond Select. Besides this right here, we're also going to have some jumbo action figures, 12-inch versions of their classic Kenner figures. There's some really cool ones. Hopefully we'll be seeing those on this channel here too. And there will also be PVC versions of Indy. And that I'm really hoping, again, we get to look at because it's basically a similar scene from Raiders. I believe the one that we're getting is actually him running from the boulder. There's no boulder in it, but it's still him running. It's really cool. So I'm hoping we get that one down the line and take a look at it here.
Is it bad though that when you said it, instead of the actual ball, I'm like, the boulder comes after Indy.
Not everything is Avatar, Andrea. Not everything is Avatar. I told you this.
It could be.
We'll get cabbage after this video's done, okay?
Okay, fine.
All right, so that's our look at this Indiana Jones 1/6 scale resin mini bust from Diamond Select. We like it a lot.
Go get one.
You heard the lady. So until next time, I'm Matthew.
I'm Andrea.
And this has been it for Nerd News today. And we'll see you guys next time with more statue reviews and floppy hands.
Good night, America.
Well, you try ending a video for once. Yeah.